It's a new season back at the camp, and I'm going to start out with a couple mundane videos. Because really, the more technical ones, no one understands or really cares about. This is my Make Sky Blue. This thing's kind of a workhorse. You know, I've had it a few years. There's some crappy software in it. There's some weird things, but, you know, it just sort of keeps working. Inside you have 3 inductors. I don't know if it's a phased inverter or whether they just got them in parallel, but it's a pretty nice design, you know, for the price. I got the fan on the outside, and you're not here, but I don't know if you can hear it, but it's kind of noisy, and that's a good thing. They normally mount these inside behind this little grill. I just cut this out with basically a wire cutter, and mount the fan on the outside because they had the fan almost up against the circuit board. Things are made so they can be packaged easily and shipped cost effectively. And you know, I'm adult enough that I'm not going to stick my fingers in the fan. I got some grills I could put on this, but having the fan back a little bit gives much better clearance, and this pushes a lot more air. Now, like I said, you know, Make Sky Blue is, you know, kind of a crappy company. I bought this off eBay, and I had some software issues and other issues with it, and I contacted the vendor, and it was the factory store, and they said they never sold me the unit, you know, but eBay says they sold it. It was delivered from their California address, but that's the kind of company you're dealing with. But if it works, this is not a bad controller. But, you know, none of you are that adventurous, but I move things out. I have little inverters that I do this. You know, anything that restricts the airflow is bad. I have this on spacers. They're about a ½ inch out. And, you know, I try to give every surface an adequate way to cool. But, you know, that makes things last a long time. And, you know, I have no problem with voiding warranties. So, but this is a nice addition. The fan doesn't run as long when I'm doing a load. I'm doing 204 watts, 205 watts into the battery, and that's about the highest you ever get. And I have 3,000 watts going into this, but most of it's shady all the time, and it sometimes get lost, like if it's kind of a shady, overcast condition, and the refrigerator comes on, there's a big drag, it starts to rehunt, and this thing goes down to like 18 volts or 25 volts or something like that, and it never recovers. So I had to put this little voltage detect in here. So I detect the voltage on the panels, and if it drops below 40 volts, I know something's wrong, and this interrupts it for a while, for a few seconds, and then it applies power, and then I'm up to full power again. I'm using just a relay because I'm only doing about 4 amps going into the charge controller, so it's a 10 amp relay. And I have a capacitor and a diode and a resistor here as an arc suppressant. They can be dangerous to use, but you know, if this shorts out, it's no big deal because it's just connected to a PV input. You know, I'd be leery about doing this with a water heater, but this little system works nice. So that's it for video number 1 of, was it 2024?